Okay guys, we're here with Heather Samuelson for our third installment of our strength training series. We're going to show you a few leg exercises, lower body type stuff.
That's right.
We're going to start with sort of the granddaddy of them all, the squat.
That's right.
We want to take it to a really basic level, right? So
go ahead. What we're going to do is, I've got Scott using a chair. Everyone has chairs at home, and what the chair is going to help you out with is, most common fault in a squat is leaning too far forward. So sitting back into that squat and like you're way over here, tons of load on the low back. No bueno. So what we're going to do, so Scott's going to set up.
So foot placement. Let's start with the foot placement because that's really important.
Yes, so foot placement, and it's kind of like a big debate. A lot of people like, where should I be? Narrow, toes open. You want to be where you're most comfortable. In general, feet just about under your hips. You're going to start there, and then if it's more comfortable, turning your toes out just slightly, right, and kind of feel it out from there. You might find as you progress through a set of repetitions, you have to kind of make some micro adjustments, and that's okay.
Yeah, and I think that too, it was the benefit of not using any weight in the beginning.
Yes.
It keeps you, it'll help not, lower the risk of injury and get you comfortable with the exercise before you start adding tons of resistance.
So you can really, it's kind of like when you first learn to drive a car, you're not going to, well, at least I didn't learn how to drive a Maserati, right? But for me, that would be too much car. So we want to start with our body and master that and then progress on to other things.
Okay, so I got the position.
Yeah.
And now I'm just...
So now from here, what he's going to do is to help keep his upper body up and not lean too far forward, he's got something to actually catch his hips, and then he's going to push through his foot and stand all the way back up. Should do a couple more of those. And what you could do, so if you're brand new at squats, if you need to stop and rest at the bottom, you can do that. It's going to give you a mini rest. If you feel like you can handle more of a challenge, you're going to come down and just barely tap it and then stand back up. If you want to add a little extra something, so Scott, as you're sitting down in the chair, now I want you to imagine that the seam on the deck is going the other way and you're going to rip a hole in your deck. Sorry for your deck, but yeah.
So pushing out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's just going to charge up the fact that we're not using any additional weight.
Arm placement, does it matter?
Wherever is comfortable. You can keep hands on thighs if you feel you're more supported that way. You can go arms out in front of your body and like across your heart, but good. And again, if you're a beginner, you're going to start with a set of 10, progress to 12. And then third level would be 3 sets of 16.
Right, and you could add some weight eventually once you start feeling comfortable with it and get onto that good stuff.
We love to squat, so we're going to give you more goodies on that too.
All right, so let's go to the next one.
Yes. So next exercise is,
I don't know.
do you remember?
Yes.
Is split squat, aka you also might know it as a lunge. And this really good single leg strength, which we need as runners, right? Really good for balance. So again, you're going to start feet hip width, and you're just going to take a comfortable stride forward. Maybe
And this
a
could,
little bit further.
And this could be like, sort of dependent on how comfortable you are with the exercise, how far you go out.
Yep. You don't want to be too far out. We're going to show you another option if your hip flexors and quads are really tight. So just hang on a second. So now you're going to keep your upper body nice and tall, and all you're going to do is lower down. That's far enough. And then again, drive through that front foot and whole foot. You really want to get into the habit of grabbing the ground with all 5 toes and kind of feel like you've got monkey-like feet, because that helps fire all kinds of other muscles up the chain, including your core. All starts at your feet.
Great. And then switch them to the other one. And
let's switch. And let's show
then we'll
the
do the
other
other
option.
version.
So again, if the muscles on the front of your hip flexors and quads super tight, and if it feels like you can't get into that traditional split squat, you're going to do what's called a crouch. And it's literally as it sounds. Back heel is still lifted, and rather than the back leg being stretched real far back, we're going to scooch it in about halfway, and then it's almost like you're sitting back in that chair again.
Yep.
You got it. This one really helps you access the glutes too, and kind of takes the pinch out of, or potential pinch, out of the traditional split squat.
great.
Yeah, and with these, because it's single leg, you would start with 10 on each leg, progress to 12, progress to a set of 15 on each leg, and then depending on how you're feeling about those, you can add 2 sets, 3 sets.
Right. Good stuff. You can add weights too if you wanted.
You could, yeah. And that will be
more resistance.
Yes.
All right, we have one more.
Third one. This is my favorite one. It's called a lateral lunge, and for a runner, this is like, you know, next to the dead bug. Really so good for you because it's helping to defray the cost of the repetitive nature of running, right? We're always moving in the same plane. So you're going to start like you're standing inside a box. So again, feet are about hip width. And then you want to kind of imagine that you're stepping outside the box. The trail leg stays long. And look, Scott did a great job at keeping his knee right over his toe and not turning the toe out. And that can happen if you overstep it and step out too long.
Right, you point your toe that way, kind of. That would be wrong.
Right. So depending on how tight your hips are or not, just keep in mind that the point is not about how far, it's all about how strong. And it's totally normal that one side, it's not going to feel like the other.
Yeah, I tell you, for me, it's easy to go this way, and then it's a little weird. It feels weird going this way. I don't know if that's a righty-lefty thing or what.
It could be. It could be. But, I mean, none of us are completely symmetrical. A little extra doing these exercises barefoot.
Right.
Really.
Claw into the ground a little bit better.
It really helps you to access your feet, and a big game changer.
That's good. I like the lateral too because as runners we're always in that straight line and we're always kind of working that same. You see a lot of injuries when people turn or when people, you know, you say like if you're doing work at home and you throw something to the side, like you might be in great shape, but if all you're doing is in this plane.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, and it helps us so that the fibers on the glutes don't just run in like a front to back fashion, to actually run like sort of diagonally across the hips. So it helps us to strengthen the glutes differently.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I got to tell you, we've done 3 installments now of the video series. If you did all of these exercises together, so the dead bugs, the push-ups with the
push-up or the plank with the T-spine rotation,
and then the 3 that we just showed you, the squat, and then the one-legged squat, and then the lateral lunge. That's a great workout. It
is a great workout, and you guys could string all those together. You could string 2 of them together out of the lower body options that we just showed you. You could pick 1 or pick 2, so you could do like the squat and the lunge one day, do the squat and the split squat another day. It might be a half-hour workout, and then once you master that, then we can talk about adding, an external load, so dumbbells or bands.
Right, and you really, to start out with, you don't need any weights. I'm feeling it already.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the workout.
Good job.
All right. Great. See you soon.
Bye, guys.